basically broken down into 3 sections, and we're going to get to those sections here in a second. The very first thing we're looking at is the landing page that we've opened up on our website. This landing page is how you actually request a webinar or an analysis. What the field is going to ask you for is the website address that we're going to be doing the analysis for, what the name of your agency is, and of course your email address. And essentially, once you do that, you'll click on Get My Report, which will analyze the site, and it takes about 60 seconds on average to finish up. But we'll be giving you the link here at the end of the webinar, so you can get to this page and request an analysis for any of your potential customers. Once you've got the analysis on your screen, there's going to be an option to be able to download that analysis. And the analysis comes in 3 sections. The very first section is the cover page, which is just a simple page that shows a laptop and a screenshot of the customer's home page. Below that, you're going to find the summary page, and then later on, more details on the different sections of that summary. When you get to the analysis summary, which is the second section, and really the very first section that includes any sort of details, you're going to see once again that screenshot of the home of their home screen up top. You're later going to see their contact information, business address, phone number, anything that the tool was able to pull off of their website. Up in the top right, you're going to see a website score. Now, this website score, what it is a overall score that is based on the customer's digital presence. Now, this is mostly weighted on the on-site side of things as far as their website build and other parameters of the website's content, as well as local listings. But it isn't a score of domain authority or even page authority. It's a separate score, but it will give you a pretty good overview for a site. Now, if someone's in the 50 to 70 range, they're actually doing okay. Not many are going to be close to 100 here, just as no website is perfect. The analysis categories are also displayed in the summary. You're going to see a social category, a mobile category, the local category, which is the local listings, as well as the organic search, which is going to go over their on-site summary. Moving on from there, we're going to look at a little bit of those sections a little more in depth. So you're able to see the social. It's going to check for a Facebook page, look for a page that has that URL as the company URL on a Facebook business page, Twitter page, and then we'll also hunt the web for reviews. You're also going to see the local section, which is Foursquare, Google Maps, Yahoo Local, Yelp. It's pretty simple. And then also we'll check if it's mobile friendly or tablet friendly. On the organic search side of things, you're going to see the alt text, the amount of content, backlinks, etc. Really, this section of the analysis is going to be where I would recommend for you to spend most of your time. One thing you'd want to know or make sure you're aware of is that this is a really good snapshot and general idea of their digital presence. What it really isn't, and it kind of can be portrayed this way, but you will want to avoid doing, is portraying this as like an SEO checklist. All right, this looks at a lot more factors than the most important things that we cover in SEO, and it is more of their digital presence than just SEO. So remember that you don't want to turn it into an SEO checklist or sell this as a checklist. One of the beautiful things about our service is we really are able to pinpoint which things are really the most necessary to correct from these analyses, as well as others, and which maybe should be corrected or updated at a later date.
I just wanted to add something quickly. There is another category on the summary that we're just not showing on this page. It has to do with on-site items, like broken links within the site and some back-end things that Google looks for, like a site map and HTML tags and headings, things like that. So there is more to it than just what you're seeing on the screen right now.
Thanks, Jeff. And overall, I mean, this is where for a very simple analysis, simple summary, and to not get yourself into the weeds, I would recommend spending a little bit more time than the later section, which is the really detailed section of each one of these green or red X's, or green checks and red X's. Moving on to that next slide, there's really 3 areas where we recommend spending time, especially when you're selling the SEO services. The very first is, of course, that local search, their Google Maps listings, Google My Business. The second, of course, is their web build okay? Inside the web build, you want to really focus most of your time on their headings, if they have Google Analytics installed, their titles and descriptions. Some of the others are important as well, but they're not as make or break for the SEO. That's where I'd recommend spending more time. On the organic search section, what you'd want to usually use as your talking points would be the amount of content they have on the website, what their backlinks look like, and then as well as what type of keywords have they been able to pull out of the content, as well as those top organic search words. That section of the top organic search keywords, what that will show is essentially where they're positioned now and what search phrases they currently are ranking the highest for. So really good to use as far as looking at their presence right now online, but not necessarily is that going to pull out what's the best strategy to go after now, right? Sometimes it is something they're on the second page or the third page for currently that would be a good thing to go after. Other times it might not be. So that's just a little bit of info on the organic keywords section. And you're going to see that here, which is, for World Class Auto Repair, which is the site we're using as an example, they're doing pretty well. They rank really well. Estimated about 2,500 organic visits from a search engine per month, and they're ranking, for some terms, you'll see those below. Can a bad heater core cause overheating? Air recirculation? What causes a car to overheat? Those are terms, that are probably coming from their blog, and our representation, if they're ranking for those, they're probably ranking as well for those search terms locally as being a car repair business. So, they're pretty good, and that's why you're going to see a green check there. Does the green check mean that they couldn't be better? It definitely doesn't, right? So these guys could probably improve other areas, but they are doing really well as far as their organic visits for a local business. The other part you're going to see is broken links, and it will actually give you the broken links. These pages that we're looking at now, this is from that detailed view that's later on in the summary. Now, the detailed view is really good, as you'll see, it gives you broken links. It'll even give recommendations. One thing that, you'll want to make sure of when you're using this in your sales pitch or you're going over, these things with your customers, to really try and avoid getting into the weeds of every single detail. If you do that on these presentations, you're in for a pretty long conversation. So it's something that, you use your best judgment on how many details you really want to dive into. Our experience shows that you don't have to go into every little detail in order to get the sale. Less time equals, more money in your pocket, less time spent. So really good, but, pick your battles when using this as far as what areas you really allow the customer to kind of dive into with you. When you're looking at using the website analysis tool, like Jeff said, a lot of our partners, they'd like to present something to their customers in terms of getting that SEO sale. It's one of those things that really helps, give you a little bit of leverage in your sale, really gives you some good talking points. And there are a few really good ways that you can utilize this tool, the free one, as well as if you do want to opt for a branded version of the tool, you can use to help you increase your sales. And we'll talk about the branded version where we can white label it for you. We have been able to get the cost down for that. So if this is something you'd like to have your branding on, we can help you get that. We have a special with SilkTide, the vendor, that we were able to work out, as well as, offering this one for you and eating the cost. So when you're increasing, or looking to use it to increase your SEO sales, one of the easiest ways is going to your existing clients. and showing them or reviewing this analysis with them and talking to those points and really ways an SEO campaign could help them out. That's kind of the best way to utilize the tool as it is now, unbranded. The other option that you can use, and we use here at Boostability to help us sell SEO, is we'll actually use it for lead gen. Now, in order for you to do a lead gen page like you're seeing here on our screen, that's from our website. You know, that's something that you would need to get a branded version for. So if this is something you'd like to do, you know, we can help you get a branded version for it, as well as, you know, sending people to your site.
Yeah, this is Jeff again. Just to clarify something that I may have not spoken to at the beginning, this free website analysis version that we're offering to partners, it's the report that it generates is completely unbranded. So it's not, the analysis tool itself where you enter the information is not something that should be customer facing. It's for you to enter the website information on your own to generate a report that you can review on your own, and in some cases share with the client. The second option for lead generation, there is a cost associated with that, but the page typically exists on your website. So there is a little bit of a technical requirement there, but the reports that it generates are also fully branded for you. So it can be completely client facing if that's the way you want to do it.
Yeah, so that's a good option. You know, the very first slide we looked at, and being able to go and download them yourself for your clients and take that unbranded tool analysis to them, great option. And what I recommend starting with, if this is something that you are currently doing lead gen, especially for SEO on your site, it might be something you'd want to invest into and have us help you put that on your website. I believe the cost was lowered from about $4,500 to what is
the cost for the branded version. There's a one-time setup fee of $500, which is down from a few $1,000s, and there is a $50 per month recurring fee along with that gives you 50 reports each month, and if you go beyond that in a month, each additional website analysis is just $1.
Yeah.
So still very, very affordable.
Yeah, so if that's something that sounds interesting, just let us know and we can help you get in contact with Silktide and get these things set up for you. That's something we were able to work out with them for you guys, so we didn't have such a large upfront fee for your own branded tool. Now, the way that you want to access the tool and utilize it is by going to this URL. It's boostpartner.freewebsitescore.com, and you'll see that landing page we showed at very first, where it will ask you for your the URL to be analyzed, your company name, and then your email address, and it will pull up that analysis for you. Currently, we're still working on getting that download link to be available. So right now, we're still working with Silktide to get them to put that on. We're not exactly sure what the ETA is on it, but it should be sometime soon. Once you go there, you'll be able to test it out, use it for your current customers, and other questions. You can always reach out to Danny or myself, whoever your account executive is, to go over any questions as they may come up as you begin using the tool in your sales.
Yeah, and I'd also like to mention, with the paid version, there is another degree of customization that you can do. You can remove certain elements from the analysis if you don't think they're important, in order to shorten the overall tool. And we're still able to work with the vendor to add new things or change some of the functionality if it's something that you feel is important. So it's still a flexible tool, and we're still updating it on a regular basis.
Yeah. We also have attached a guide to the webinar that will guide you through each one of those individual areas on the analysis. One of the reasons I really like this is that it's really good for, of course, SEO sales, but it also can aid you, as many of our partners also sell social media marketing or we'll sell reputation management or whatever it may be. This may be another way that you can kind of combine those products into one, the SEO, with some other products that you may offer, and make those individual accounts that you have larger and even more effective than just one form of marketing alone. So looking at the next area, I think we're going to be starting to answer some questions here.
Yeah, we had a question about the deck. Yes, we can share this deck with everyone if you would like. Alex also mentioned we have just a reference guide that goes into a little more detail about what each of the analysis points covers. We'll share that as well. We're also recording this webinar. We can share that if you want to show it to other people who couldn't make it. And I noticed there's also a big question that we do get a lot in relation to this tool. Alex, do you want to speak to that one? It's regarding the analysis for this tool and how it relates to the scoring that we do on our proposals.
Sure. So this can be used in addition to a proposal. I wouldn't say it's a replacement for the proposal. So if any of you are fans or currently use our proposal team to generate proposals, still do that. This is just more of an analysis side of things. Although once you download it, if you want to add a price on, to whatever the services you were pitching at the time, combined with SEO, you can totally do that as well. But for as far as SEO specific proposals, this isn't a replacement. And if you want help with proposing a certain amount of hours, you can reach out to the sales support team or the proposal team, whichever it may be, if you'd like to use this instead of the proposal. But I would recommend still using a proposal if that's the route you're comfortable with and typically how you present.
All right. Does anyone have any other questions? Feel free to enter those in the chat box or the question box. If not, I would suggest to go out and try this tool. Maybe start with your own business website, because it's a site that you're probably more familiar with, just to get a feel for the analysis and how it's looking at things for a site that you're more familiar with, and then maybe move on to some prospects that you have or other customers who have asked about something like this. And if you have any questions about how to implement or get started with the paid version, please give Alex a call or Danny a call, depending on who your account executive is, and we'll start the process of getting that set up for you. And again, thank you for joining us today. We'll be having more webinars in the near future on topics that partners have expressed interest in, and we're here to help. So give us a call with anything you need. Thank you.